Hey, what's up guys? It's Infinite Possibilities, and I'm here to make a racing tutorial video for Area 51.5, more specifically the Nowhere Triangle. Now for this video, it's not really for beginners, it's more for intermediate racers. And before I wanted to talk about this, I just want to go say thank you to these two people that I admire a lot. The very first one would have to be Red Velvet for teaching me the all-time path. However, at the same time, I just also want to thank to an OG player. His name is Zippy Zoomsues, and I remember watching his videos back in 2009, 2010 when I was 9-10 years old. And in fact, Area 51.5 was the only infected zone that I ever really did back in the original, even way back during the subscription era for FusionFall. So I actually have a lot of experience for this infected zone, and as you can see here, I got Zippy Zoomsuits actually got first place, and he got a time of 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Now the scoreboard is very different compared to Retro. However, he still got number 1 back then. So 6 minutes and 10 seconds, whereas the all-time score, at least at the time of this uploading, it's kind of hard to read this one, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. And for myself, I'm qualified in a way because I managed to get myself an all-time path. I managed to get 6th place in this infected zone, not just because I think it's primarily because I had a lot of experience with this. So in fact, my fourth attempt, I managed to get an all-time score, which was 9th place. So I still had those instincts from all those years ago, from 10 years ago. That's absolutely incredible. So I got 433, I got 429, I got 423, what? Oh, well, 433, 429, 423, and 420, and 414. And I almost managed to get it to 413, but you know, it always rounds up. So, in a way, I believe I'm very qualified for this race because of my all-time score, and not just that, I also have all of these battler sets right here. At the very end, I'm going to show you what these sets look like, and I actually got the Emperor Wreath very luckily. If you're here for racing, the most valuable item here would have to be the Emperor Wreath one. There is 16 possible items, so there's 15 of these battler sets, and we have one of these Emperor Wreath sets. So like, what is 1 in 16? So 1 in 16 is that much. So it's quite difficult to obtain. I actually got very lucky in obtaining the lack of duplicates. As you can see here on the very bottom, I didn't really obtain a lot of duplicates. Now, okay, so I talked about my qualification, I talked about Zippy Zoomsuits and my friend Red Velvet, I talked to you about my childhood, I talked to you about the Emperor Wreath. Now, I'm just going to show you how to get started. Now, this is how I work. This is an in-depth racing tutorial, so I'm going to show you my racing path 5 times. Now, it's not necessarily going to be an all-time score because I have difficulty explaining as well as racing at the same time, right? And yeah, I'm going to show you 5 times. I'm going to show you potential mistakes that you can make, and I'm going to show you the general path on how to do this specific infected zone. In fact, I really love this infected zone. I think once I'm done making these racing tutorial videos, I really want to aim for that number 1 spot, or at least top 3. This infected zone is very, in a very personal way, very meaningful for me, because it reminds me of those days when I was 10 years old and just when I was stuck leveling up at like level 29. I would come here to go race. So it just brings me back to those nostalgia roots. So, in fact, you can actually do this infected zone without gumballs. And well, in fact, you can do this. You can do almost any infected zone without gumballs. So I'm just gonna show you how to do this, and we're gonna begin right now. All right, so I'm gonna show you the general path. For this one, again, it's more of an intermediate race. It's not really beginner friendly. I do have that cursor knowledge because I'm very qualified. So the first time I'm just going to slow down, and I'm not even going to try to get myself a 4-star run or a 3-star run. I'm going to slow down. So like, as you can see, so you go up here, right? You go up, and this spot right here, you want to stop here and then do a rotation with your rocket or running nano. So yeah, okay. So you go up, you do a backwards rotation with your run or rocket nano, and you get the pod through there. Take out your running nano here. There's a pod right here. Take the zip line, and right here, since we're not taking any gumballs, you jump on here, and then take out your jump nano, rocket nano, jump nano again, oops, and then run nano, fall down. Remember this pod right here. Now this place right here, I seem to kind of mess up, and I'll show you the reason why. The main reason why I kind of screw up it right here would have to be the timing of the pod. So as you can see right here, the platform is way up, and sometimes, you know, when you're inside of a rush, you want to try and fall down, right? And sometimes I miss the pod, and I don't obtain it. So I'll show that in the future. So for this part right here, you can rely on your running nano, and it looks like I was kind of late here. This part is a little bit tricky. Well, not tricky. You just have to have the right timing, because, for example, sometimes you're gonna get the pod here and not gonna get the pod right there, and kind of like what happened right now. So if that does happen, just wait. And sometimes, for some reason, I do fall. Right, so like I do fall. So like, one way for yourself to recover is to just go right here, double jump, and use your rocket. And looks like I missed that pod right there. And run here. You can make that jump. You can also make the jump here. And it looks like that I failed to pay attention with my rocket nano, so that's okay. That happened before multiple times. So again, if you do fall, just go back right up here. Double jump, and then go to this airplane right here. Again, it's possible to do this without gumball, but it's highly recommended for yourself to do it. This, especially if you are if you're brand new to this infected zone. So for this part right here, you wanna use your rocket nano. So sometimes you won't be able to make the jump, so that's okay. You can always just jump right here, and just jump right here, and you have this pod right there, and rocket. And sometimes that plane will not be in your favor. So once you're there, you go here, right? And for this part right here, you can either just use your jump. You can either just use your run nano. Or, like right now, since that pod's far away, you can take out your jump nano occasionally and just swap between the two. And here's another example. So that pod's kind of far away, so I took out my jump nano. And sometimes the timing for this is very important. So, as you can see right here, this is like another part that I kind of screw up on. It's for the same reason as over there. So let me just try and explain. So, like as you can see, it's on the top right now, right? And there was a pod up at the bottom. So I try and like when I'm trying to get that all-time path, I sometimes miss it. So if it is at the very top, right, and you're not really aiming for an all-time score, it's okay for yourself to just wait here until like the pod, until you receive the pod the slow way. This part right here, sometimes the car might be way up. That's okay. And make sure that you come here first, right? And then you come here second. So this part right here, I kind of screw up sometimes. There's a lot of screwing up to get those all-time scores. And for some odd reason, you know, this happened to me twice. For example, when I would load up my nanos, like my rocket nano won't actually load, and I would actually fall. So in order for yourself to fix that mistake, you just go right here, right, and then you double jump, and unfortunately, again, you're gonna need your gumball. So if you're not having a gumball, you're kind of screwed at this point. So what you're gonna have to try and do is, again, is for yourself to just, maybe you can jump right here. No, that doesn't work. So in order for yourself to bypass that, you're gonna need yourself to have that gumball. So again, just come right here, right, and then jump. Oops, double jump. Whoop, come on, double jump, and then right there. Then you would recover. So again, it's very possible for yourself to do this without gumballs. It's just highly recommended. Most especially when you screw up. So when you get to this pod right here, take out your rocket nano, alternate between run and rocket, and you're just gonna go right here. And there's a pod right here. Now again, depending on the timing of the platform, if this is at the very bottom, and again, since we're not aiming for an all-time score, so as you can see right here, if this is at the very bottom, I'll show you right now, right? If this is at the very bottom, unfortunately you can't really reach it. And what you have to do is be patient and just wait for the platform to go like halfway through. For this part right here, it looks kind of intimidating, but that's okay. With your run nano as well as your rocket, you can actually not be afraid for yourself to not miss those items. So right here, looks like that was not in my favor. You can skip this part right here and then take rocket. Jump with your, whoops, I missed that. That happened before, so that does happen. You go jump here, and let me go show you like what I would generally do. So I would get the pod, right, and then I would land on this car, and then I would take out my jump nano, and then I would do that. Whoops, I missed that. And there's actually a little Easter egg here. There's this little car, and if you pay attention, it's that very same car from City Station, which you can purchase at the Townsville Mall. This part right here, you can just take out your running nano. And this part right here, this area is the most difficult in my opinion. It's the most tricky. Now, as you can see right here, right, the platform is very high, and this screws up with your, if you're trying to aim for like a good score, because you have to go wait. Now, I'm gonna wait for this to go all the way up, and I'm gonna show you how you can circumnavigate that. So with your gumball jump and your gumball rocket, what you want to do is you want to double jump and then do that. So I'm going to show that again. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this to go up. This requires double jumping. So you jump on the platform and then you're given the ability to jump again. So, alright, it's up. Take out your rocket nano, and then you see that? That's the double jump. I'll show that again during my future attempts. Now this part right here, it's very straightforward, and it requires a little bit of confidence. For this part alone, all you need is your run and rocket nano. And yeah, that was that was my slowest run ever. And I got a 4-star run. That's incredible. Okay. I got, what is this? This is the Platinum Prizefighter. I got one of those again. Whoops. Alright, okay. Alright, so that's the general pathway, and again, it's okay. I'm going to show you the path 4 more times. And I noticed that when it comes to infected zone, let's say for example, if it's like a 3-minute infected zone, it generally takes me like 10 times as long for me to explain. This is like a 4 or 5-minute infected zone, so this will take me 40 to 50 minutes for myself to fully explain it. Again, this is not for beginners, this is more intermediate, so yeah, so let's run this race again with gumballs. In fact, with that run, oops, okay. So right here, take out your rocket nano so you don't fall, jump nano, and sometimes you don't need your rocket nano there. Take this right here, jump nano, this window right here, it's not really a window, close, and then do a rotation. This path is straightforward. Take this path, take the zip line, and since you have gumballs, you don't have to jump on there, and fall down. And as you can see, okay, the platform is in my favor. And what does it mean by platforms are in your favor? So like, it means like if the platform is just at the right spot for yourself to go pick up the pod. Whoops, the platform was not on my favor for this time. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this pod. Let me try and hurry up. Sometimes I miss that pod right here, that's okay. And if you do fall, just go all right there. And that's okay. This path right here, it's primarily just the usage of your run and your rocket nano. You can run and rocket. Sometimes you might miss that, that's okay. If you do miss that, you can always just do that. You always, like, you know, do this. Whoops. And then fall down. Jump nano right here. Now I'm trying to explain into the more subtle details of yourself trying to get yourself a better score. So I showed you like the general path. Now I'm going to show you the subtle ways in which you can get that, shave that those seconds. All right. So platform is not in my favor for this time. So again, you can just wait. We're not average viewers. Only cares about the all-time score. Only cares about getting the items. Okay. Whoops. Okay. That was not in my favor. So I use a rocket. Make sure to get this one first, and then go right here. Sometimes you might fall. And I showed you the way for yourself to make that recovery. I'll go show that again. I'm going to purposely fall. So you fall, I'm going to fall. What you want to do is go right here. Alright, go right here. And then you do a double jump. And then there we go. That you need a gumball to make that happen, otherwise it won't work for you. Run, rocket. This is the bread and butter for this infected zone. You wanna oops. Whoa. No. Okay, this is great. So the bread and butter for this infected zone is whoa, energy is low. Okay. Again, the bread and butter for this infected zone is your run and your rocket nano. If you can build that confidence to be able to predict, if I were to jump like right here and then take out my rocket nano, will I be able to get that pod? That's what I mean by run and rocket, by alternating between these two. Your jump nano is going to be barely used for this infected zone. So right here, the platform is not in my favor. It's going down. I can probably still make it. Nope. That's okay. And also, do pay attention to your to your rocket now. Now that's very important. Let's get this pod right here. Run, jump, rocket, run, okay, run, jump, rocket. I didn't make that. Jump here. And this part looks kind of intimidating because you're actually, you're kind of sliding back, but it's not once you're actually here. Run, jump, rocket. Whoop. Okay. And run, jump, rocket, run, actual jump, maybe sometimes. And platform isn't in my favor here. I can just wait. And okay. This part again, it's just another run, jump, and rocket. Run, jump, and rocket. Looks like I missed that. That's okay. If you do miss that, sometimes I do miss that and I actually fall. Let me go show you a recovery path. So you do fall, right? So this is what I generally do. I would go here and whoops. Oh. I would go here. Okay, so I would need a rocket there. So yeah, I would just go on this UFO platform and then that's how I would recover. Sometimes you would, for some reason, miss this pod here, and again, you just go on to this airplane right here. Climb onto the wings, and then you'll be able to recover from that fall. Alright. Now, sometimes you might be tempted to not take the zip line. Oh, I got a 5-star run. Okay. Sometimes you might be tempted to not take the zip line. Now, let me show you what happens when you don't let me see. So, if you don't take the zip line, right? And you're gonna get this pod right here, and then you're gonna try and get that pod right here. The problem is that you're going to have a probability of hitting this fusion matter, and you won't be able to talk to this guy for several seconds until you submit it. So that's not recommended. What I generally do is just take the zip line. Okay, so what I do notice about this particular infected zone, if you do your math, your gumball can only last for 2 attempts. Let me see. So I got one of these certs again. Let's take gumball. And this is my 3rd attempt. Let me go recharge my rocket. That's the most important one. Let's start the race. Jump nano. And as you can see, sometimes my path does alternate, but what matters the most is if you can just know the general path. What I'm showing you now would be those little subtle moves for yourself to get a better score each time. So I hope that I've explained these parts well. I try and do this. I try and do each infected zone 5 times because that's how I personally learn. For example, I would watch a video on YouTube, such as, for example, my friend Red Velvet. He gave me the all-time path for this one, and I watched his infected zone video for Area 51.5 8 times. That's what I noticed, that it would take me 8 times to fully be comfortable with the path. Alright, so again, let me drill it into you. Run, jump, rocket. Run, regular jump, rocket. And make sure you pay attention to your rocket. Very, very important. Alright, fall down. Rocket. Jump Nano. Jump Nano. Jump Nano. Jump Nano. So you don't need a Jump Nano for this part. Now Jump Nano here. Jump Nano. Jump Nano. Okay. You can just wait for this part right here. Whoa. Okay. Platform was not in favor. That's okay. Use a rocket to try and get that. If you don't get that, you know, you can always just jump on this jump pad, right? Get this one first. Go here. Use that jump pad. Whoops, I failed that, and that does happen to me. So just use that jump pad and try and recover from that mistake. Because at the end of the day, all you really care about is getting those items. And the most valuable item would be that Emperor Wreath, the one that I'm wearing on Speed Force's head. Personal life lesson that I've extracted from racing is that, well, it's not really a life lesson, it's more like I've deepened an insight with something that I already know, is that if you want to do something well, you're gonna have and if you know that you're bad at it, you're very likely just going to have to brute force yourself to try and memorize that pathway, because if you absolutely need it, you're gonna look for a way for yourself to get yourself outside of that situation. There have been times, for example, where in my personal life, and you know, in your personal life, where you've been stuck in a problem that you thought that you would never escape, but for some reason you have the will to get outside of that. Now for racing, this applies in a way, because as a person who generally sucks at racing, having myself an all-time score or just getting these items, it's very motivating, because it's definite proof that if I just study this enough, and if I practice enough, that sucking attitude at the beginning, it's not going to really affect me anymore. It's going to turn from a place of fear and anxiety to a place of hope and ability to feel confident. So, alright, so that was 97. Okay, that was alright. I believe you want to get an all-time score, you would need like a 430 at the time of this uploading. It looks like I got myself another Verdigris breastplate. Alright, so okay, let's go back inside. And let's start the race. Now, this is my 4th attempt, and on my 5th attempt, I'm just going to be quiet, or I'm going to try my best to be quiet so I can show you the infected zone without much distraction from talking. So again, the bread and butter for this infected zone is run, normal jump, and rocket. And those subtle, those little things, sometimes you just want to wait for that platform. Right here, sometimes you might fail, and if you do fail, there's this thing right here for yourself to still try and obtain it. This part is a little intimidating, but your Rocket Nano will save you. Rocket Nano is your best friend for racing. Whoops. That's okay, because you're gonna go back there anyways. Jump down, rocket. Oops. And again, if for some reason, if you just keep on screwing up on this part for time being, all you really just need would just be your running nano, because this is a part that I have not really mastered yet. Fall down, I got lucky there. Take out your rocket nano. Whoa, okay, that was a very risky move. I should have not done that. I would have almost fell. Okay, wait for this one right here. Get this one. Rotate. Get this one. Use the jump pad. Land on here. I missed that. That's okay. Rocket nano. And I do hope that I'm explaining everything well. I do have that curse of knowledge, so if there's any parts where I think that it's easy and you think that it's hard, I do apologize for that. Okay, so as you can see here, you just have to wait, and it's halfway through, so you just take out your rocket nano, and so you don't have to wait for the entire thing. You can use that jump pad to launch yourself there. Whoa, I almost ran out of my rocket. Alright, for this part, oops, I didn't get that pod. It's okay. This part is the most difficult, in my opinion, for yourself to master. You're likely going to fall a lot. And make sure you just take the zip line. Whoa, I was so close to beating my all-time score. Alright, hopefully the 5th attempt will do justice. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna give myself a gumball. Now, this is something that I noticed with Disinfected Zone, so again, okay, so it apparently ran out on time. So sometimes when you're taking Disinfected Zone for like every other turn, while you're doing the run, the gumballs will run out. And that kind of screws you over. Hopefully it's going to be at the time when you're like, at the 3rd act, where you're 3/4, you're like 75% done. If you're not, if you're just like halfway done, always take out your gumball. Okay, what's inside of here? I got that green one again. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Take out running, jump, and rocket. So at this point, I'm just going to play some music, and if I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk. I'm just going to try and concentrate and just show you one final time on how to do this Infected Zone. I am very happy. I beat my all-time score. Okay, that I'm gonna screenshot that one. Let me see. I'm so happy. I beat it, and I got it recorded too. Race rank. Wow, I'm so close to beating Old Fall. I am 5th place right now. So I really want to hope to get myself that top 3 at least. I know Red Velvet and K-Parts are the same person, so I guess like if you're 4th place or in the top 3, take that screenshot right there. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I am very. I was feeling intense in a way because fell. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so I'm very, very happy. So it was 433. That was like my first all-time score. 429, 423, 420. What's this one right here? This thing's blocking it. 414, 410, and so 9th place, 7th place, 6th place, and now I am 5th place. I am very happy to get that. Okay. Now we're at the point of the video where I'm going to show you what these sets look like. Okay, so now I did a little bit of research about the background of these sets, and it says right here, the Dome of Doom, and this actually comes from, I hopefully am correct, Curdsley the Cowardly Dog. I'm going to have a bonus clip at the very end of this video, as you can see from that episode. So let me go take off this sword. I wear that, it's sentimental for my very first Infected Zone race. So, the one that I've been wearing this entire time would be the Golden Gladiator breastplate. Gold is one of my very favorite colors, it's green and gold. So this armor is inspired by some of the greatest warriors ever to compete in the Dome of Doom. This one right here, Golden Gladiator Greaves. Bow to Greaves to protect your legs in the event you find yourself in gladiator combat. Golden Gladiator Sandals, stride into battle with your head held high and feet protected by these combat sandals. So these are all, well, some of them are common, some of them are ultra rare. I still believe you still have like a 1 in 16 chance of obtaining these items. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that. I believe the name of these are pretty much the same, so I don't have to go read them to you. Okay, so I'm going to wear the blue one. This one right here is the Blue Battler Sandals. I think this was the first one that I managed to complete. All blue. This one right here is the green version. This one is called the Verdigris. I don't know how to pronounce that. Verdigris. This one goes well with the Emperor Wreath helmet, or the thing you're wearing on your head. This one is Crimson. Crimson is a nice color. This is what it looks like right here. And this is the Platinum Prizefighter. And in my opinion, it really goes well with my ninja swords. It has the same color to it as well. I do have an opinion. Please, in the comments, should I introduce the item sets at the beginning, showcasing them, or should I show them at the end? Please leave your comment and your opinion down below. And yeah, that's pretty much all of it. This one right here is the Emperor Wreath. You can see me wear that. Now this is a tricky one. Is it really called Veni Vidi Vici Carpe Diem? Carpe Diem is, I believe, Latin for seize the day. Nothing? Never mind. Veni Vidi Vici. That's not how you actually pronounce it. There's a YouTube video about that, I believe. But yeah, so these Emperor Wreaths are the most valuable ones for this Infected Zone. So yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Alright, so it has come to my attention. I'm very late to the party, and I realized that after I made the Area 51.5 racing tutorial, there's actually a meme that's going on in real life, and in fact, the official Twitter account, FusionFall Universe, is actually making a meme about as well. So what is this Area 51 meme? And I'm also explaining this for the people who are going to watch this video in the distant future, and they're going to be wondering, like, what is that? So I'm just recently learning this for the first time, and there's this very helpful Reddit thread regarding what the Area 51 meme is all about. So this guy right here, Mile013, he's stating that someone created a Facebook event to storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. And the logic that if enough people attempted to access the highly secure US military research facility, the government could not prevent everyone from entering the compound and potentially discovering rumored weapons or evidence of extraterrestrial life. Now, if you've been living under a rock, Area 51 is known for having a bunch of conspiracy theories relating to aliens. So since this post was created, over 250,000 people said they were interested in the event. Now pay attention, this was written 6 days ago, and to be more accurate, edited 4 days ago. It's no longer over 250,000 people. I believe it's more than 1 million, or like 500,000 people have joined this event, with thousands saying that they will participate, although most likely the majorities will, obviously not join. Now, the internet found this understandably amusing and has made memes out of it. And I have these memes on the top, which I just want to go talk about, mostly relating to how the military could easily mow down thousands of people, or how the superior tactic of Naruto running could easily mow down thousands of people, or how the superior tactic okay, looks like I skipped a line or something, to prevent the bullets from cutting down these heroes. So basically what's going on for the people that are watching this in the distant future, there was a Facebook event. A lot of people joined. There were memes made up about it, and this thing became a little trend. And again, like I showed here, even the official FusionFall Universe Twitter account is making a post about it. So now there's some interesting memes. This is currently the most upvoted meme on Reddit. 300,000 people are signed up to storm Area 51 and see them aliens. Me, a European, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Now this is my favorite one right here. I remember when I was younger, like when I was 12 years old, I would go on YouTube and watch these conspiracy videos about Area 51. So on the left side, me at Area 51 for the meme. On the right side, the guy who seriously wants to challenge the government and is willing to die. Now, with the sheer amount of people that are willing to attend, and very, very likely not all of them are going to attend, or just a fraction of them will attend. There will be people that are going to be there for the left side and the right side. For myself, I'm a bit more towards the right. I'm really interested, like, what's actually inside of there. There may be nothing. There may be aliens. It may be anticlimactic, but there has to be at least something noteworthy inside of that location. And here's another funny post. Mark Zuckerberg waiting to freeze people after tricking 250,000 people to raid Area 51. For the people who don't get the joke, Mark Zuckerberg in the meme community, a lot of people think that he's like an AI or an alien. In my opinion, I think he's more of a AI, and like Elon Musk is more of an alien trying to get back to Mars. And I'm not sure if this is legit. Let's see. And I'm not sure if this is also legit, but that's also incredibly funny if this is true. And the government looking at all of the Area 51 memes, knowing they're hiding the Thunder Gun, Omnitrix, aliens, and the Krabby Patty secret formula at another base. Alright, so I'm mostly interested in the Omnitrix because that is the one that's going to unlock Alien X. Maybe Ben 10 is actually a mythology of something that happened in real life. Maybe there is an Omnitrix out there, and Area 51 is the one keeping it. And let's see. So that's pretty much it. Oh no, there's one more thing I want to show. If you just type in Area 51, go to news. At the time of this uploading, it's July 17, 2019. Or at the time of this recording, there's a bunch of news articles about this, and it's really crazy how much of a meme this has turned out. I'm really curious what's going to happen when it does happen. So, all right, yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like, please leave a comment, please subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.
The Dome of Doom presents for your pleasure 2 sandals, the treacherous. It's the Sumoto Swan Dive. No challenger has ever survived it.